buckle up, because today we're diving headfirst into some seriously mind-bending stuff.
We're talking Hermetic philosophy,
Oh, yeah.
and specifically mental transmutation.
Okay, I'm already feeling the expand your consciousness vibes, and that's what I like.
Right.
But mental transmutation, that sounds a little, I don't know.
A little out there.
Yeah, a little out there. So give us the download. What is this all about?
Basically, it's about harnessing the power of your mind to, well, to put it simply,
Please do.
to shape your reality.
Okay, wait, hold on. Shape our reality. That's a bold statement.
It is, and it's a concept that's been around for centuries. The Hermetists, these ancient philosophers, they believed we all have this innate ability.
So are we talking like manifesting our dream lives? Is that what this is?
It's more nuanced than that. Think of it like mental alchemy, like turning lead into gold. But in this case, you're transforming your thoughts and emotions, turning fear into courage, doubt into belief.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but let's rewind for a sec. Who exactly were these Hermetists? Some secret society of, like, superpowered philosophers.
Not exactly a secret society, but definitely ahead of their time. Imagine the original Renaissance men and women.
Okay.
They were into everything: astrology, alchemy, what we now call psychology, you name it, they studied it.
So not just philosophers, but like doers, thinkers, the original multi-passionate people.
Absolutely. And at the core of their teachings was this idea that the universe is fundamentally mental.
Whoa, okay, hold up. A mental universe. What does that even mean?
They believe that the all is mind, meaning that everything we experience as reality, it all starts as a thought.
So like our thoughts create our reality.
Yeah.
That's some serious mind over matter stuff. I mean, give me an example. How did this play out in their lives?
Well, take the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's not just a tomb, it's astronomically aligned with Orion's belt.
Get out.
It's true. The Hermetists saw this alignment as a physical manifestation of their knowledge, a testament to their understanding of the cosmos.
Okay, so they were brilliant, no doubt. But how did they actually use this mental mastery? Did they just like walk around feeling blissful all the time, manifesting whatever they wanted?
It wasn't about denying negative emotions or achieving some kind of constant state of bliss. They understood that life has its ups and downs.
Makes sense.
Mental transmutation was about consciously choosing how to respond to those experiences. Like, imagine facing a challenge with fear and anxiety. Instead of letting those emotions control you, you use mental transmutation to shift your perspective, transform that fear into courage, that anxiety into focused action.
So it's about taking those raw, maybe not so great emotions, those lead thoughts, and consciously transforming them into something more powerful, more golden, right?
Yeah, exactly. They believed this inner alchemy was the key to personal transformation and ultimately to influencing the outer world.
Okay, now we're talking. This is where things get really interesting. So how does this inner transformation actually ripple outward? How do our personal shifts impact the world around us?
Okay, so we're talking about my thoughts, my emotions, somehow impacting like the collective reality.
Yeah, it's a bit of a head trip, isn't it?
A bit. So how does that even work? Are we all just like sending out thought waves that magically change the world?
Well, the Hermetists didn't see it as magic, more like a universal principle. They believed that we're all connected through this web of mental energy. Like we're all tuned into the same radio frequency, constantly broadcasting and receiving thoughts and emotions.
Okay, I can kind of visualize that. So by changing our frequency, we change the overall vibe.
Exactly. And here's the really cool part. They believed that the more you master your own mental state, the more you influence that collective frequency. So let's say you walk into a room and the energy is super tense, right?
Oh, I know that feeling. Like instantly my shoulders are up around my ears. Right. But instead of getting pulled into that negativity, you consciously cultivate a sense of calmness within yourself.
Easier said than done, but okay, I'm trying to picture it.
And just by holding that calm, centered energy, you're introducing a different frequency into the room. People might unconsciously start to mirror that calmness. The whole atmosphere shifts.
Wow, so it's like my inner peace becomes contagious.
In a way, yes. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not about manipulating others to get what you want.
Right, no Jedi mind tricks. Got it.
It's about recognizing the power and the responsibility we have to consciously contribute to a more harmonious reality.
Okay, I'm with you on that. But let's be real. If our thoughts are so powerful, how do we make sure we're using that power for good?
That's where the real work of mental transmutation comes in. It's about cultivating self-awareness and intentionality.
Okay, so like being mindful of what we're putting out there.
Exactly. Every thought, every emotion, it's like you're planting a seed in the garden of your reality, and by extension, the collective reality.
I like that analogy. So instead of letting my mind be a weed-infested wasteland, I need to do some conscious gardening, choosing which seeds I want to nurture, which thoughts I want to grow.
You got it. It's about recognizing those negative thought patterns, those weeds that don't serve you or the world, and consciously choosing to plant something more beautiful, more empowering in their place.
This is making so much sense, but if I'm being honest, it also feels kind of overwhelming. Like, am I supposed to control every single thought that pops into my head? Because, let's be real, my inner monologue is a wild ride.
Well, it's not about achieving some kind of perfect, blissful state where negativity doesn't exist.
Right, because that's just not realistic.
Exactly. The Hermetists understood that life is full of duality, light and shadow, joy and sorrow.
So it's more about finding balance within that duality, learning to navigate those ups and downs with, like, more awareness.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that you have a choice in how you respond to those inevitable ups and downs. You can choose to get swept away by those negative thoughts, or you can choose to acknowledge them, transmute them, and shift your focus to something more empowering.
This reminds me of something I've been hearing a lot about lately, mindfulness. Being present in the moment, not dwelling on the past or stressing about the future. Is that connected to this idea of mental transmutation?
100%. The Hermetists were practicing mindfulness way before it became a buzzword. They understood that being present is essential for recognizing those negative thought patterns that can keep us stuck.
So it's about catching those thoughts before they spiral out of control, like intercepting those lead thoughts before they have a chance to turn into, well,
Exactly. And then consciously choosing to shift your focus to something more aligned with the reality you want to create.
Okay, I'm fully on board with all of this, but can we get practical for a second? What are some specific techniques we can use to actually put this into practice? Give me the tools of this mental alchemy, all right? Lay it on me. What are some of these mental alchemy techniques? How do I actually do this in real life?
Well, one powerful technique is what I call setting the mental tone.
Okay, I like the sound of that already. Tell me more.
Think of it like a musician tuning their instrument before a performance.
I'm with you.
Mental transmutation, it's kind of like that. You're consciously choosing the music of your mind, setting the emotional tone for your day.
So instead of letting, like, my morning news feed dictate my mood, I can choose a more empowering soundtrack for my day.
Exactly. And it starts with awareness. Just pay attention to how you feel when you wake up. Are you, dragging yourself out of bed?
Yeah.
Dreading the day ahead?
Yeah, more often than I'd like to admit.
Or are you waking up with a sense of purpose? Excitement?
Okay, so how do we hit the reset button on those mornings when we're just not feeling it?
Well, the key is to recognize those negative thought patterns and consciously shift them. What if, instead of hitting the snooze button, you took a few minutes to practice gratitude, to connect with a feeling of peace or joy?
So instead of letting the day control my mood, I'm kind of taking the reins and setting my own emotional thermostat.
You got it. And here's another technique: transmuting tense situations. We've all had those moments where the energy in a room just shifts and things start to feel, well,
A little off.
a little off.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. Instead of getting pulled into that, try this. Consciously shift your mental state. Bring in a feeling of calmness, of clarity. It's like you're subtly raising the vibration of the whole room.
So what, like, I become a walking, talking chill pill?
You kind of do. Remember, you're not trying to control anyone else's emotions, but by holding that calm, centered energy within yourself, you might find that the tension naturally begins to dissipate.
Okay, I'm putting that one in my back pocket for sure.
Yeah.
Any other mental ninja skills you can share?
All right, here's one that's super useful when you're working towards a goal: visualizing desired outcomes.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. But isn't that just, like, picturing yourself crossing the finish line?
It's more than that. It's about visualizing the entire path leading up to that goal, and really importantly, the energy surrounding it.
Okay, so, like, if I'm trying to manifest a promotion at work, I shouldn't just visualize myself, finally getting that corner office. I should visualize the whole journey.
Exactly. The hard work, the collaborations, even the challenging conversations, it's all part of the process.
So it's not about ignoring the tough stuff. It's about visualizing myself moving through it with a positive attitude.
That's it. You're essentially aligning the energy of the whole situation toward that positive outcome.
Wow. So it's like I'm sending out these positive vibes into the universe, almost like paving the way for that success to show up.
Exactly. And remember, the Hermetists believed in taking action. This isn't about sitting back and wishing for things to happen. It's about using the power of your mind to shape your reality.
So it's about recognizing that we have this incredible power within us, this ability to transform our thoughts, our emotions. And in doing so, we're not just changing ourselves, we're actually influencing the world around us.
That's the beauty of mental transmutation. It's a journey of self-discovery, but it's also a journey of co-creation. The more we practice these techniques, the more we realize we're not just passive observers in this grand cosmic play. We're active participants, shaping our reality with every thought, every emotion, every action.
This whole conversation has been a serious mind-expanding experience. Thank you so much for diving into this with me.
My pleasure. It's always exciting to talk about these powerful concepts.
And for our listeners who are ready to take this deep dive even further, where can they go to learn more?
Well, there's so much out there. Start by exploring the Hermetic texts themselves, like the Kybalion and the Emerald Tablet. There's a wealth of knowledge waiting to be uncovered.
And remember, this is a journey. Be patient with yourself, stay curious, and most importantly, have fun experimenting with these incredible tools for transformation. That's a wrap on another mind-blowing deep dive. Until next time, keep those minds curious, keep those hearts open, and keep exploring the power that lies within you.